What's going on, family? Scrapbook Boxing Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. We're going to continue with bare knuckle champions. It's part of a series of 100 years of world championship fights. 1805, Hen Pierce had defeated John Gully and earned $5,000 for his portion. 1849, Tom Heyer defeated Yankee Sullivan. He earned $10,000. 1863, Jim Mace defeated Joe Gauss and earned $10,000. 1889, John O'Sullivan defeated Jay Kilrain and earned $20,000 for his portion of the purse. Jake Cooper and Wolf Benoff, 27 rounds, 1 hour and 27 minutes to complete. Port Elizabeth, South Africa. July 29th, 1889. They earned $22,500. I'm going to repeat that. July 29, 1889, $22,500. That is incredible for that time. The Carnival of Champions, 5-ounce gloves. First-time fighters would use those. 1892, Jack McCarthy had defeated Billy Myers and earned $20,000. George Dixon defeated Jack Scully and earned $17,500. I want to stop right there for one moment. George Dixon was from Canada. He was the bantamweight and the featherweight champion. He was the creator of the shadow boxing. He was an icon. Came to New Orleans. Fair-skinned complexion young man. Felt he fit in on both sides at that time. Didn't know the ways of the United States or of America. And George Dixon was hit with sticks and rocks to keep him in the middle of the ring. Because the white spectators did not want sweat from a black fighter to land on them. That's incredible. Just want to sink that in for one moment. The times that we lived in. Jack Scully was an amateur star. He was from Brooklyn. It was his professional debut. George Dixon would earn $17,500. September 6, 1892. Incredible. John O'Sullivan would lose to Gentleman Jim Corbett and lose $45,000. That was what was on the table. 4-1 odds. So John O'Sullivan would not only lose his title, he was knocked out in the 21st round, but he would also lose $45,000. It was winner take all. October 19th, 1856, 6 hours about took place between James Kelly and Jack Smith. 6 hours is incredible amount of time to be fighting. 1856, Charlie Lynch was an American champion who went to England, won and lost some fights, but he claimed the bantamweight championship belt when he defeated Simon Fingley in 43 rounds. Tom Spider was named the Harlem Spider. He was a champion. That bout was staged. April 13th, 1863, the first American boxer to become the recognized middleweight champion was Tom Challenger. He defeated Dooney Harris in a bare knuckle bout, which took 23 rounds to complete. The fight took place in San Francisco. It was $5,000 side bet. The fight lasted just under 2 hours. The first lightweight champion was Abe Hickerman. He reigned extended from 1868 to 1872. 4 men was involved in a tournament that was created. Johnny Clark, Billy Edwards, and the winner would be Arthur Chambers. He would become a champion. The issue was Arthur Chambers would then resign. January 4th, 1868, Tom Dow defeated Ned Kelly in Leavenworth, Kansas. Fight was 7 seconds. Fastest knockout on record. Future middleweight champion, Non Pavel, Jack Dempsey, was on the front line of the lightweight division until he outgrew the division. So in 1885, John McAfee had claimed and held the lightweight championship until he retired. In 1896, he retired undefeated. February 7th, 1882, Patty Ryan was knocked out by John O'Sullivan of Mississippi. It was 9 rounds. The referee was Colonel Alex Brewster and Jack Hardy. It was 2 referees. Normally you would have 2 umpires and 1 referee. In this case, you had 1 referee and 1 umpire, and they both was allowed to referee this particular fight because it was such a classic. It was a bare knuckle championship match. July 8th, 1889, John O'Sullivan had defeated Jay Kilrain in 75 rounds. in Richard, Mississippi. This was the last bare knuckle fight. John O'Sullivan weighed 198 pounds, and Jay Kilrain weighed 195 pounds. John O'Sullivan was awarded the victory. The referee was John Fitzpatrick. July 7th, 1872. George Rokie had challenged middleweight Tom Challenger for a crack at his middleweight championship belt. Tom Challenger had ignored this challenge, so he was stripped of his crown, and George Rokie was granted the title. Now, I just want to recognize the double standard at this particular time. George Rokie was awarded a crown because he was ducked. But when the black fighters were ducked by the white champions, they were not awarded the crown. George Rokie had lost his middleweight championship to Mike Donovan. And the retirement of the middleweight championship, Mike Donovan, was put on hold. 1882, the middleweight champion was vacated until 1884. A Canadian middleweight by the name of George Fo James. He had challenged for the title, and he wanted winner take all. 1878, Morris Grant had lost his colored heavyweight championship belt in New York to Charles Hadley. In 1880, the Amateur Athletic Association of England was created. 1881, the colored heavyweight championship. Charles Hadley remained title holder. 1876, Charles C. Smith had gained the colored heavyweight championship belt. Charles Hadley. 1883, Old Chocolate, George Godfrey, became heavyweight champion. In 1883, New Orleans Olympic Club was created. 1887, the Black Pearl, Harris Martin, was declared, or at least he declared himself as middleweight champion. The world colored middleweight champion of the world. 1888, American fair play rules of governors meant that gloves had to be part of the contest. 1891, Ed Bingley, November 30th, he would defeat Charlie Turner, and he would claim the colored middleweight championship belt. 1888, the Amateur Athletic Union, AAU, was now a national state championship. 1889, John O'Sullivan would defeat Jay Kilrain, 75 rounds. 1893, Bob Cunningham would fight Tim O'Connell in the last battle on turf, and it was 2-ounce gloves that was part of that competition. 1892, Sammy Cully lost 15-round bout to Bob Cunningham, Long Island Athletic Club. 2-ounce gloves was a part of that competition. November 27, 1896, lightweight champion Frank Earn had outpoint former bantamweight and world featherweight champion George Dixon, 29 rounds in New York. December 25, 1899, colored and Australian heavyweight champion, the Black Prince, Peter Jackson, had knocked out Peter Milhar in 2 rounds, doubling Ireland. February 22nd, 1896, world lightweight champion Old Master Joe Gans had knocked out Jimmy Cunard in 5 rounds, Boston, Massachusetts. February 22nd, 1898, Kid Broad knocked out Mike Kearns in 7 rounds in New York. December 21st, 1896, Bob Armstrong had defeated Charlie Strang. May 8th, 1899, heavyweight claimed the Black Heavyweight Championship belt. His name was the Galveston Giant, John Jackson. Called him Little Arthur. His real name was Jack Johnson. August 11th, 1899, future colored heavyweight champion Frank Childs had claimed the Black Heavyweight Championship belt. This will conclude the Bare Knuckle Championship fight series. Stay with me for the 1900s, and I'll be covering 1900s to 1909. The video after that would be 1910 to 1919. Then the following video will be 1920 to 1929. And I'm going to go all the way up to the 2000s. So stay with me on this series. 100 years of World Championship fights. Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. Salute to my subscribers. And salute to those who view my channel. Shout out to my brother Curtis Anderson. Salute.